Welcome everyone to the House of Dre's podcast. I'm your host Dre himself, and everything looks kind of weird and stuff. I'm using one of my old laptops that still works. Actually, I'm surprised it still works like this. Kind of cool, kind of cool, kind of cool. Y'all let me know if y'all messing with it. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm messing with it right now. But today's podcast, 10 anime who did not deserve the hype. Apparently, to this Facebook user, we're gonna figure out what they're talking about, if they're cooking or not. Give my personal opinion, of course. Make sure you guys hit the like, comment, and subscribe for more random stuff that you guys some reason enjoy. And let's get started up on this thing. Don't forget the podcast is available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pandora, and of course here on YouTube when I feel like being professional. So let's get it. Top 10 anime that didn't deserve the hype. It's kind of crazy. I'm gonna stop sharing myself. I don't want to see myself in this. Yeah, I'll be all right. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. Let's talk about it. Let's see what they're talking about. Let's see what they said. At number 10, it's Fairy Tale. This anime has fake stakes. Power of friendship wins every time. Nobody faces real consequences, and the fights feel pointless because you already know how they end. Interesting. So I have not finished all of Fairy Tale just yet. I don't think. No, I haven't finished. I don't know how far I got into Fairy Tale. Fairy Tale's on my rewatch anyway, so don't worry about that. It's on my rewatch. Now, from a lot of other anime watchers and stuff and people that talked about anime and stuff, Fairy Tail is one of the ones that I really haven't heard too much about. And when I do hear about them, it's a lot of negativity behind Fairy Tail. And the whole power friendship thing is what I hear a lot too. But then I'm not too for sure exactly what's the deal behind it. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna act like I know 100% what's the deal with it or anything like that. I don't know, but I am interested to see how far and how deep the series did go, especially when they did the final season. That was what, a few years ago. Like, I don't know my time. Y'all know my timeline is all different and stuff. So I don't I don't think it's a hate because when I watched it, I definitely enjoyed watching the show. I like the characters, what they were trying to tell. I like Natsu. I like some of the backstories. The fights were pretty cool too. Now, granted, this is like probably very beginning, maybe arc one, maybe arc two, maybe. And I was cool with everything that was happening. I was cool. So I don't know where everything happens when I do get through it. We'll get through it at some point. Oh, let me know, guys. Let me know down in the comment section. I am trying to think about streaming. That's my child in the background. Y'all know it's the oldest one. That's the one that's always on every single podcast possible, no matter what happens. But I am thinking about reviving back my Twitch. I know if you got some of y'all might have been around since I've been doing Twitch or whatever. I'm thinking about watching some animes over there on Twitch. Y'all let me know if that's something y'all want to see. If we're gonna watch some anime over there, and if we do, let me know which ones. Now I ain't gonna watch all of them because that my wife want to watch too, so we got to be careful about that. So y'all let me know down in the comment section. But yeah, I like Fairy Tale. Fairy Tale's cool. Maybe we do a rewatch of Fairy Tale on Twitch. Y'all let me know though. Y'all definitely let me know. Crazy take. I ain't gonna lie, that's a crazy one. A lot of hatred right there. It's like he was a lot of anger. A lot of anger right there in that post. Next up is Tokyo Ghoul. Amazing concept with bad execution. After season one, the story becomes confusing, rushed, and edgy for no reason, wasting what could have been great. I have not watched this one. The little bit that I did watch from it, I have no personal opinion on it, quite honestly, because I didn't think I've watched. I might have watched an episode or two. I didn't really get too deep into it like that. It seems like a good horror slash thriller ish anime that I don't know. I know one of them I was watching, or was that a different show? Wait, I don't want to confuse myself. No, might have been a different show. Don't mind. I don't know. I have no opinion on Tokyo Ghoul. I don't know how. I've heard positive about the first season, but then the second season or the part two of it or whatever that was received really badly. So maybe that's what they're basing off of. That's what I'm assuming because they say saying after season one, confusing and rushed. I don't know. I have to look. I have to watch that one. I'll have to watch that one, and I'll give you my personal opinion if I ever get to it. So I don't know about that one. Number 8, My Hero Academia. Oh no. Generic shonen in a superhero costume. Too many wasted characters, repetitive arcs, and a main character that grows in power but not much in personality. That's Cap. That's crazy, Cap. That's Captain America. I just finished watching the final season of My Hero Academia, and that's a lie. That's a whole lie. That's a whole lie. The fact that this anime, if y'all do not know, this anime, all this happened within like a 2 year time frame. I think that everything happening for the arcs and stuff is like a 2 year time frame, which is crazy ridiculous. I didn't think that's even possible to pull something off like that. But the fact that all this happened in literally like 2 years, crazy work. This now generic shonen. Is that not most of shonens are generic anyway? That they focus on this is the same thing: battles, arcs, developments, blah 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 blah. Is that not every single shonen that does that? So I don't know how this is generics in a superhero costume. In my personal opinion, they introduced a lot of characters so instantly, so quick. Like, one of my issues was they introduced a lot of superheroes and their quirks and stuff so quickly in their names that I couldn't keep track of everybody's name. I remember the quirks, I just couldn't remember the names of each single character. That's something I could not do. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't keep up with that part, and that's why they say too many wasted characters. I wouldn't say it was all wasted. The war arc definitely increased a lot of characters. Even before the war arc, they had a lot of the characters developing their quirks in these different situations and stuff. Because not every single character is that important. I mean, my man's with the gumball right there. My man's with the gum with the pop off. Pop off. I hated that character. The character sucks. I didn't care nothing about that character. I was hoping he was gonna get killed off. It didn't happen. But everyone, I mean, these are literally high school students that are having these quirks that are drawn into major conference because of one dumb character. I'm not gonna lie, it was one dumb character that did it, and all this drama and stuff happened because of that. The fact that this man, All Might's power, and his main villain is behind everything, and it all goes down to Deku and all his people. I don't know what y'all, I don't know what he's talking about. Repetitive arcs, I disagree. It does. It follows the exact a lot of the shonen arcs. We had the first arc to where they literally just training and trying to learn their powers, and then villains came to attack, and then the superheroes came and blocked that off. And then I think the next one was the sports festival, aka a tournament arc that every single shonen anime has ever done. And then after that, they went to go. I'm pretty sure they went to go train some more in like the mountains or something like that. They went to go train some more, and once again, they was attacked. So they was consistently being attacked, but it was continually to showcase why they keep getting attacked and who end up, and the person who ended up being a reason why they keep attacking. That, in my personal opinion, this elevated the story. Now, despite all of that, man, no. Despite all of that, despite all of that, they had the what was it? The villain arc, the my villain academia arc, which should have done great. I heard about that. I heard about it. That should have been better. It was bad because they rushed it. I understand that part, and I almost dropped it because of it. But then when I found out they were doing a war arc, man, I'm jumped right back in. And next thing you know, everybody's getting a. It was a reason for everything. You know what I'm saying? Class 1A versus Class 1B, a class that's right there next to them that's not getting the same respect as Class 1A because Class 1A has dealt with more villains or whatever, and Class 1B felt like they was being overlooked. I think that was awesome. So I don't know what kind of repetitive arcs they're talking about. I haven't seen too many like you got me ranting now. I gotta sit here and think. I gotta think about this because if I look at all the shonen anime out there, Bleach, you have Ichigo in the very beginning. Ichigo gets Rukia's substitutes powers for a little bit, and then she gets taken back to the Soul Society, and we had Ichigo legitimately going through the entire Soul Society while trying to level up and deal with these monster people. And I'm like, how does it get better than this? And it's like the shows keep going, so it has to get better. That's crazy right there. That's amazing. Of course, Dragon Ball, which we are reviewing on the channel when I be more professional, but Dragon Ball, exact same way. Dragon Ball, you start off slow and then you build up and then you have a tournament arc and you got this other stuff going on. You got a bunch of stuff going on. that's not repetitive. It's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of afraid to say repetitive arcs. There's nothing repetitive. Stuff just happens. You know what I'm saying? This is the superhero world. This stuff just happens. They have to elevate it. I mean, golly. I mean, duh. And then a main character that grows in power but not much in personality. His personality is legitimately him thinking he could never be a superhero because he has no quirk. And then he finally gets a quirk, and now he's going in that. But he also has, see, this little niche that he has. This little niche that he has is that all the cool heroes that he believes are cool, he ended up writing down their quirks and how they work, the weaknesses and the strengths of said quirk. So, AKA, if Deku ever wanted to become a villain, he has a high percentage chances of defeating so many of his classmates because he has their information written down in his notebook. He's one of the more intelligent characters that end up getting stronger. How many shonen can you truly say that are intelligent since day one and then got powered and not lose their intelligence? That's my question. That's what I'm asking now because that's crazy. Not much of personality. The man was come on, man. How many no how many characters that had no powers get powers and then they're still keeping up their same being them, you know what I'm saying, being themselves, yeah, crazy. Yes, I did enjoy My Hero, so yeah, I'm a little more definitive about that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm more a little definitive on that because that's crazy to say. It's repetitive and it's just superheroes in the costume. That's all shonen. That's all shonen. If that's in my personal opinion, that's the majority of the shonen anime nowadays. Majority of the shonens are the exact same thing. No one wants to talk about it though. No one wants to discuss that. They want to just keep. They just want to act like it ain't the same, but literally it's all the same. My thing is everybody follows the exact same formula when it comes to shonen, and that's just what it is. Everything's the exact same thing. I'm currently offline. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. Currently offline. My computer. See, the same computer that I'm talking about that I just got into now is saying I'm offline. Y'all see how that works out? Damn, it happens. It happens. Just happens. Pros and cons when you use something old, but I ain't tripping. But man, yeah. It's if that's all you're watching is shonen, switch up. That's all I'm gonna say. Switch up. There's more anime stuff out there outside of shonen, and this list right here is probably already irritating me for the day. But y'all know what it is. Y'all definitely know what it is. Yeah, I hope my internet connection is restored. I mean, golly. You guys make sure to check out the channel. I always post random stuff up here. We did a Dragon Ball quiz yesterday. And then today we got this. I am trying to get back into my anime reviews. I'm trying to remember exactly what I used to do for my anime reviews. You know what I'm saying? Back in the good days of anime reviews before now everybody does them. I don't know. Up number 7, Bleach. Lordy Lord. Lordy Lord. Number 7 is Bleach. Let's talk about it. They said looks cool, but the writing is weak. Random power ups appear when needed. Pacing is rough, and filler kills the momentum. I didn't. I'm not. I have not finished Bleach, by the way. Not one of the ones I have not finished. Not. It's one of the ones I have not finished. That'll probably be like next year or something, or later on this year when I'm not watching much anime. I'll probably add that to my binge watching list. But I, this might not. It's. I feel like Bleach is for certain amounts of fans. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's for fans. I seen a lot of people try to discredit Bleach a lot, and even me and my homeboy, we had a discussion why it was that we didn't think it was part of the big three at one point. But overall, Bleach is really good. It's a fantastic show. The pacing is not rough. The pacing does exactly what it does from the very beginning. It's moving. You know what I'm saying? It's moving. You don't have time to waste. You have time to do all this extra. They explain the powers in the beginning and then they push forward and they try to they're pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? They're pushing forward. You can't just slow up and wait for a little bit. No, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. Random powers and stuff. I have not gotten that deep into it, so I'm not too for sure if that's true or not. I can see it. I've heard about it. And then the filler, I can see that because right out the first major arc in my first opinion, which was the Soul Society, the Save Rukia arc. After that, you go right into a filler, and if you're not careful, you don't know you're in filler territory. You don't know, and it just happens. So I can see it. I can definitely see that as a problem. At the same time, the fillers do what they do. They help extend the anime for a little bit while the manga keeps going for a little while before they adapt the next thing. And they sometimes some fillers are cool. Some fillers are cool. So yeah, it's like hate. Like a hater right now. Demon Slayer, Lord, deed Lord. How many times have I seen people complain about Demon Slayer? How many times have I seen it? Godly, I don't. If I count on me, how many times I've heard people that don't like Demon Slayer and it's overhyped and all this stuff, I'd be a rich man right about now. Y'all wouldn't see me do YouTube ever. The hard carry by animation. Animation is beautiful. I don't see nothing wrong with the animation. Animation is beautiful. If you can get an animation company that does that, if they, whoever, if every single anime possible could have Demon Slayer's animation, every single anime would be amazing, no matter what, because of the animation. That start off right there. A lot of shows that deserve remakes and stuff needs Demon Slayer's animation, in my personal opinion. The story is simple. What's wrong with a simple story? There's no reason to do difficult stories every single time. I'm sorry, people. There's no reason. The story is super simple. The main character, Tanjiro's family, gets killed by a demon. His sister is a demon. He's trying to turn his sister back and get revenge. What else do you need? What else do you need? Characters are shallow. Okay. I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna lie. Every villain gets the same sad backstory instead of real depth. That the show can... Once again, what's wrong with that? I see no problem with that. Every is if you want to break it down to it, if you want to go that route, a lot, if not majority of shonen anime, a lot in slash majority of shonen anime, most villains are have sad backstories instead of real depth. Not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Especially in the big three. Especially in the big three. And Dragon Ball. In Dragon Ball. Do they have sad stories? Let me think. From basic Dragon Ball. Well, from Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta, royalty, Prince of Saiyan's not really a bad stack story. But Radish, his backstory sucks because he lost his parents just like Goku did. But no one cares about Radish like that. They all focus on Goku. We don't even know what's Nappa's backstory. We just know he's just a mid-class Saiyan. That's it. No backstory. Frieza. You can argue Frieza's backstory is horrible, but at the same time, his father run the universe, and he's just one of the tyrants for the universe. You know what I'm saying? If you go up to Naruto, legitimately every single main villain in Naruto backstory is sad. I don't know what we're talking about here. Every single from Orochimaru. Orochimaru at some points, I forgot what his backstory was. Orochimaru, Pain, Madara, Obito, all of them had sad backstories. I don't know what we're doing here. Even the main characters, even not just the villains, but even the main heroes have the exact same backstory. That's just a sad backstory. Demon Slayer is literally Demon Slayer is the definition of it's okay not the complex of story. Sometimes it's just here to go. That's it. I have no problems with Demon Slayer. I don't know why people have this much problem with it. It's like y'all looking like not every single anime out there, out of the thousands, probably millions of anime, manga, manhwa stories that are being written every single day. Even right now while I'm recording this, as you sit there at home or whatever you're doing, they are writing stories 24/7. A lot of these stories are simple. There's no extra needing. There's no extra plot twist. None of that. It's a simple story, and they're just pushing the story. Legitimately, that's it. It's okay. Not every single anime needs a freaking in-depth story. Like, no, just go. That'd be all right. Crazy. It was like get a lot of hate. Successful animes get a lot of hate, man. I don't freaking get it. I don't know. Cowboy Bebop. Interesting. Strong vibes in music, weak payoff. Stylish and emotional, but more focused on atmosphere than actually storytelling. I have no opinion on Cowboy Bebop. I have never watched it, hasn't started watching it. I don't think it's on my list to watch at this point in time. I haven't watched it, so I don't know. I don't know. Add it to the list of anime to watch. Let's add it to my anime watch list, and we'll take a look at it and see. This, I'm not gonna keep this post. I'm just gonna delete this post after I'm done with this. But we'll see. I've never heard, quite honestly, I've never heard anything bad about Cowboy Bebop. This is the first person I ever heard. Like out of every anime fans that I've seen, posts I've ever seen, never seen a Cowboy Bebop hate ever. So this is new. That's new to me. Wow, Cowboy Bebop hate. That's crazy. Lordy Lord, they put Naruto. Oh Lord, no, no. Talks nonstop about hard work. Is that not what anime? It's not what shonen is supposed to be about. It's not what Dragon Ball, Bleach, One Piece, Naruto, Demon Slayer. Do I keep going? Probably most likely Fairy Tail, Attack on Titan. Do these characters not work hard and talk about it working hard and oop, I dropped it and getting stronger? I'm confused. Then rewards genetics and destiny. Definitely not. I hate that argument. Genetics and destiny. We acting like as though just because his father is the fourth Hokage, as though he can ever reach that level. I don't think people watch in the very beginning of Naruto because I'm a when when I get to my Naruto reviews and start really breaking down Naruto 1v1, it's gonna change a lot of y'all personal opinions. But they was saying the fourth Hokage was the greatest Hokage of all time. There was no mention about Lord Third, who was currently empowered, and what he was in his prime. There was no talk about Lord Second. There was no talk about Lord First. None of those guys were talking about. It was always about Lord Fourth. It was always fourth. And then you're gonna tell us eventually that he's the son, dude. Can you imagine the somebody's father is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. He's everybody's favorite. He's blah blah blah. He's all this, and you're just this kid with no ninjutsus, no real skill sets. You don't have anything going for you at this point in time besides a demon fox deep in your body. That's all you have going for you. When you go train, it's going to break a lot of Naruto's fans' hearts, but some people got to open this up though. This man went to go train with a sage. He went to go with Jiraiya. He went to go with one of the Sanis. He went to go train for him for 2.5 to 3 years. Jiraiya didn't teach this man absolutely no extra jutsus at all. What was the point of training? What did they do for those 2.5 years to 3 years of training? This man Naruto, we found out Naruto has wind release. Jiraiya didn't teach this man no wind style techniques, no anything. He just stuck with Rasengan, Big Rasengan, learn how to use your Shadow better, increase your Taijutsu. That was it. That was a waste. This man, Naruto got wasted. I'm not gonna lie. Naruto got wasted heavily in this crap. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like I said, when we get to the Naruto breakdown and Naruto arcs and stuff, oh my god, it's gonna flip. It's gonna flip on some of y'all heads. But no. He had to work hard for everything. The man was so in the very beginning of the show, he was no one's equal. He had to grind it out and learn how to fight off a cue. He had to learn how to get better at fighting. He had to learn how to summon big toads. He had to learn to do all this extra stuff. He had to learn it all. He had to work hard. There was no ifs, ands, and buts about it. They forced him to work hard. Talk no Jitsu replaces real consequences. No, it didn't. It's literally ironically the whole that one that talked about um the I don't know what was it? I forgot. I lost it that quick. The Talk no Jitsu people push it up so much, but this is after Naruto fights. He talked no Jitsu Gara after he beat Gara's tail. He couldn't no talk Jitsu Sasuke. That didn't work. He did it after Zabuza Haku had sacrificed themselves. That's when he no talked them. I mean, he talked after Haku already sacrificed himself. Then he no talk to Zabuza. He didn't do it beforehand. It's funny. Everybody's talking about the no talk jutsu. He legitimately did majority of this stuff when he already beat them or had them beat. He didn't do it in the middle of the fight or before the fight because it didn't mean nothing. He had to punch them first and then do it, and then he no talk jutsu to them. Like, can you stop being a jerk and come chill out. That's what he had to pretty much do. That's funny. That's hilarious right there. And then most side characters get forgotten. Who? That's the problem I have with Naruto fan base. The Naruto fan base believe that all these characters should be doing extra stuff. In reality, no. These are basic ninjas. Some of these people are just basic regular sidekicks, man. I'm sorry. Every time somebody bring up Naruto, it's always Rock Lee should have been the main character. For who? What does he embody? He doesn't embody anything. He's nothing. He's respectfully, Rock Lee is a definition of a basic ninja. He ended up learning. He learned to do all these new techniques. He learned how to do all these taijutsus. He ended up having a master that, ironically, this master learned the forbidden gates, learned the forbidden gates, and then trained him the forbidden gates and became one of the strongest ninjas out there using the gates. Every time you saw Rock Lee moving forward, it felt like he always needed the gates. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? A lot of the side characters, like who? Sakura. Sakura got. I mean, I saw the big three. Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto. I saw them three. Who else's side characters get forgotten about? Rock Lee didn't get forgotten about. He reached his limit as a ninja. That's what I think a lot of people forget. A lot of these ninjas reached their limitation. There's no other coming ups. The Hyuga clan, who were in the beginning rivals of the Sharingan and the Uchihas for a little bit of time, they hit their limit. Neji hit his limitation. There's nothing else they can do. They hit their limitation to their clan. The only thing difference is that they're not stronger or something. Like, what else are they supposed to do? Kiba, which one of the characters I dislike Kiba. Kiba hit his clan's limitation. That's all they was doing. But if you go back, like for real, go back and rewatch Naruto and think about all the clans that they added to Konoha. Konoha had added so many clans that most of those clans had limitation, and most of them was just there to add more defense / offense to Konoha. Other than that, there's not much else they was going to do. They're not super Saiyan ninjas or something like that. That's not the idea. The idea was they was outside, like Konoha. Once Lord first gave away all the tail beasts and stuff, he just kept the 9 tails. Outside of just that, they didn't produce the 7 ninjas of the hidden mist. They didn't produce that. The Cloud Village had 2 Jinchurikis underneath their belts. That's not fair. The Stone Village, they end up developing the particle style, and the Tsuchikage, this motherfucker learned how to fly. Didn't teach no one else how to fly, but he learns how to fly. What are we talking about? Him and Lord Mew, they're the only 2 people over there that learn how to fly. Why nobody else don't know how to fly around this man pajama? You had the Sand Village. They had legitimately just killers over there. Develop a whole new stance that they live in a desert to where their Kazekage has an advantage in battle 24/7, 7 days out of the week. They had nothing but advantages over there. Konoha literally had to, let me get this one, let me get these guys, let me get this person, let me get this person. They had to add to their defense, and then they got weakened because the whole entire Uchiha clan got murdered. What like they took a nose dive just trying to come up in the world. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. Let's go. Next one. Golly, I got me ring. Dragon Ball Z. Lordy Lord. Lordy Lord. Y'all know my history with Dragon Ball Z. Let's talk about it. Iconic, but shallow by today's standard. Somebody didn't watch Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. Some people just power through it. Repetitive fights, cap, broken power scaling. It's not broken. It's just weird. That's all. It's not broken. It's weird. I could fix the power scaling, but I never will because that's something I don't want to do. I'm not gonna lie. But power scaling is not broken. I can fix it. I just don't want to. And death barely means anything anymore. Yeah, you didn't watch Dragon Ball. You put Dragon Ball Z on purpose. Okay, we're not. It said Dragon Ball Z, but they have a picture of Dragon Ball Super on here. That's dumb. So first of all, let's talk about it. Shout about today's standards. If you take the story of Dragon Ball and you update the animations and stuff, you can keep the same animation. Keep the same animations from Dragon Ball Z. Animation from Dragon Ball Z. And you drop it from you start off with Dragon Ball and you watch the adventures of Goku and you see all the fun stuff that Goku was doing during that time frame up until you get to the Demon King Piccolo arc where it flips the entire show on its head. It went from positive energy and stuff like that to people are dying. There's consequences. There's nobody that can stop this MF right here. Literally, the world ended up dying because of the Demon King Piccolo and how much powerful he got to the point that Goku was able to beat one version of him, and then that same version came back with a brand new version of himself, an updated version of himself, a younger version of himself, and him and Goku as an adult had to match this guy in energy and barely won because of a ring out. He couldn't even kill Piccolo. He had to win by a ring out to win. What are we doing here? It would develop so crazy to watch the happy Goku starting off getting Dragon Balls and stuff like that, traveling the world, and then the Demon King Piccolo arc happens, and then you go to Dragon Ball Z, and we seen that he's actually just saying monkey and stuff. That he's a Saiyan, and then he belongs to this planet of race of fighter warriors, and then we go, and this is the boss who's the boss of the Saiyans is Frieza, and then we go from Goku dying, and then we get to Cell and the androids and stuff, and this guy's been the Red Ribbon clan making their return, trying to get their vengeance back by creating androids to match Goku's energy from that time period, and then it keeps growing and growing and growing. It would kill today. It would kill today. I'm not gonna lie. If original Dragon Ball started off in January, and we go through the entire show from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball Super, straight through, no stops, no breaks, no anything, just straight through, non-stop animation. What? You pooping? Bathroom. Now my little one messing me up. That's crazy, but it would kill today. It would destroy today. Repetitive fights. Once again, never watch from the beginning. You can tell when somebody haven't watched from the beginning. There's no repetitive fights. All the fights elevated. You had a point to where some people didn't even know that Krillin was going toe to toe with Piccolo Jr. with no problems. Be for real right about now. Broken power scaling. You would think so, but you don't power scale. So why would you put this on here? And then death doesn't mean anything. Once again, you haven't seen Dragon Ball. You have not watched the show because it did mean stuff. It still does mean stuff. It's just there's workarounds nowadays. That's all. That's all. People, oh man, golly, y'all got me ranting again. Death Note. Socks and shoes. Ooh, no, they didn't. I think Death Note is probably one of the first animes I call a 10 out of 10. And same first half, big fall off. No. After L, the mind games lose tension and the writing feels more convenient than clever. Disagree. I did at one. Okay. Let me start over. Not gonna lie. The first half, crazy first half, right? We get all that stuff, and then we get L dying, right? We thought he was unstoppable. And then when they brought in the fact that they were saying that there's a whole institution that has different versions of L, and that Near is L 2.0. The fact, and then when I was watching it, I was a little upset about it. But then when I kept watching it, I started understanding Near caught up to up to light faster than L did. Just simply rereading everything that L already did and already know, and this increasing his knowledge. That's all it did. It just elevated everything. I think everything got elevated. My personal opinion. I think everything was elevated. Near just elevated it so quickly than L did, and that light felt that sensation. But the difference was Near had Near, and then that other guy. They both did it two different ways, but they both end up working together. So basically, it took like two L's to do. It took two versions of L's to take down light, but Light was already caught up. Just imagine if Nier was there with L at one point. You know how easy, that stuff would have been. It would have been so much easier. Light wouldn't even know what would have hit him. No, I think look, Death Note to me is probably one of the most perfect animes ever. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That's crazy. It's crazy. You think it's a big fall off? No, it's just it took a nose dive down a little bit, but then it boosts back up once Nier started. Once I started understanding what Nier was talking about and what Nier was doing, it went back up to me. It went back up to me. The mind games didn't lose tension. It became can Light outthink Nier now? And he couldn't. Nier was just too much. It was too much intelligence for him. Too much. Too much. Too much. Love that. Love good freaking show. Good show. Now the last one is Attack on Titan. Holy dude. Started as peak anime, ended messy. Disagreed. It it started peaking and stayed peaked throughout the entire run. The only thing that happened for me was the how many years it took for the next season to come out. I hated that part. Other than that, no. It tried to be deep and psychological, but became inconsistent. I don't see how. Rush character choices. I didn't see how, and split the fandom with its ending. That's the purpose. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all know I'm Team Aaron. I'm a villain. I don't give a. I'm Team Aaron. There is no way that you guys didn't think what he was doing was incorrect. I think it was. He already said it. He said he's told people. People's like, oh, he just needed to do the one thing. He said in his quote that they were going to continue to come after them no matter what happens from beginning to the end. They was going to continue to come after them nonstop. The fact that Gabby hated her, the fact that Gabby, who didn't know anything about anything, she right there an example of what he was talking about. She came out there. Yeah, she came out there. She didn't know anything, didn't understand nothing, don't know what's happening, and just had this hatred for people she ain't never seen before. Don't know nothing about them. Just heard it through the grapevine about what happened. Aaron, in my personal opinion, is correct. I don't care what y'all say. Aaron's my personal opinion. He's correct. Y'all can have me all you want to. Get out your feelings. I don't care for that. I don't care. But yeah, that is it. That is it for today's. This guy's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. This guy's motherfucking crazy. This guy really believe all this stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy. There's no way. There's no way. My personal opinion is that's the most overhyped anime. Makes me question what this dude watched. I'm not gonna lie. He didn't say nothing about One Piece. I'm surprised he didn't say nothing about One Piece. So I'm assuming he thinks One Piece is the top of the food chain of anime. I didn't see nothing about Full Metal Alchemist. Once again, makes me feel like he thinks it is the best anime out there for him too. That's the only thing I can think of. Those two are the best ones in his personal opinion. There's a lot of other animes he could have talked about that was overhyped that they didn't add it to their list. Okay, but that's their personal opinion. Their opinion sucks in my personal opinion. You guys let me know down in the comment section. Is these animes overhyped? Do you agree or disagree to what they said? Let me know. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all